screen share with what I'm watching. So those of you that are over on the YouTube side of it can watch what I'm playing for audio over here. All right, we should be good now. Okay, and action.
You live here? Yes. Okay, I'll talk to you. We gotta get some information
I
from the
know.
fire
That's
department.
the property manager. I don't know if I should go tell him really quick or just so he knows what's going on.
Where is he at?
And he wants that way.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that for you, okay?
I had a cigarette.
I'll get it for you, okay? Wait 1 second, okay?
I really need something to drink.
Okay, well,
I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter.
okay, we'll take care of you. Give me 1 second.
You just heard her say, I need to get my cigarettes there inside. I need to do it really thirsty. All of that.
The time
Whenever.
that you called it? You got the time you called it? Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go back inside. What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, for like 3.5 years.
What happened?
He and we drank last night. We had a.
Can you pass this to the around to the FD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me, so they're not.
Oh, they're not leaving. Okay.
I think I'll walk around.
No. Each of them has to. So this might be a real scene. So each of them has to put their name.
Normally we all I just put everybody.
What's going on?
Sorry,
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like, he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase. Okay.
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys. Mm-hmm. I tried getting a CPR. The problem is I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes.
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him and I took him out. I tried doing CPR and then I called him and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband? Or your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing and who zipped him up?
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay, you're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
I fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or what.
What kind of medical conditions did he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
you
that I
didn't take
know
any
of.
medicine?
No. All we had was a bottle of wine.
Been together
Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek. That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I called him while I was
what
doing
time
CPR.
did you start? Probably give me a rough ballpark. Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please, may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am so cut mouth right now.
Ma'am, and you
Number
can't
4.
talk to him until we get done with this, okay?
Just don't leave, okay, Brian?
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I'm
Appreciate
gonna.
it.
He just
Thank
says
you.
you can't talk to him, and then she goes, Brian, you
I know.
okay, but you
Do
can't
me a
leave
favor.
Brian.
Stand over there by
Right
that car.
after
Give me 1 second.
Right after we can't talk to him. What does she do? Talk to him.
Just give us a second, okay?
Somebody else on that call operation.
It's on the counter.
I can't move anything from out of the house.
Look at this.
Like, I'm
Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal
I
with,
need
right? Sit.
Ma'am,
I don't.
water. Water.
I can get you some water, okay?
There's his
Just, I want you
number
back on
5.
your feet because I don't want you passing out on me.
Generator call.
I need water.
Number 6.
Okay, I'll get some for you.
You're trying to, Charlie, but you on it.
There's 6 have to get back inside.
Hey, how are you doing? Okay, so you don't live here in this house.
No. I live down in Lake Winata Cove down
Lake
there.
Winata Cove. Okay. So kind of tell me how you came here today, or
Well, I've been calling.
come down here because we got to talk about it.
I've been calling since.
You've been calling your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half. About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out. This is supposed to be her day.
Whoa. Did you guys hear that? He said that's his ex-wife and that they've been divorced for about a year. Anybody know why that's significant? What was Sarah just telling? Yep. She was with the other guy. She told the cop, the same cop, shortly before this, she had said that they've been in a relationship together for 3.5 years. So not only was she cheating on her husband, he pays for the roof that's over both of their heads right now, too. Or was at that time, anyways.
Child.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it. She tends to drink.
They called back and said
Yeah,
she was
better
still
tell
there,
there.
or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school.
Yes.
Okay.
Now they're talking about their child. They have a son together. And he's talking about the fact that she's not really reliable with going to get him. Let me switch the picture so you guys can read each other. Pick a picture with me. Give me a saren, please. Come on. Hold on, guys. Just give me 1 second over there on YouTube. There you go. How's that?
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then
She was back inside the lobby.
finally got a hold of her
I'll
at
come back here.
12:49, which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came over.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911.
Hold on. If she called him at 12:49, why did she tell the cop that she woke up and found him at 11?
911, get somebody over here, and then Basically, she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette. I walked back out the house because I didn't really want to
Who
be
called?
there.
Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called. She called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming over. But I called her
Give me 1
initially.
second, okay?
Step number 7.
But I called her
Do
initially.
you have water in your car by any chance?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
No,
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, so she called, you get over here.
Well, I called her first.
Okay.
Trying to find out if she's going to be at Lucas. That's what she told me everything was going on. I got my stuff together, put the puppy up in this crate.
I know it's hard to hear with the background noise, but did he say I called her and she had told me what was going on? Does that mean that she was already awake when he called her?
When I was starting to drive over here is when she called me to make sure I was coming, and then I got over here right after.
Did you
that.
go inside and see, and then?
I walked inside the front. I didn't see the little front tile area.
Come on, step this way.
I saw legs. I just didn't really want to be anywhere around it, so I told her.
Well, just for the sake of the crime scene, I want to know if I were to find your footprint, it would be because you went this far into the house. So did you actually make entry threshold?
I don't think I ever made it to the carpet. I think it was just in that. I've been over here before.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I stepped past that tile area.
Okay. So
I touched doorknob. I don't think I touched anything in the kitchen. I don't know if that really matters.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of what you have. Well, sit tight for us. We're going to make a few phone calls, and then we'll go from there. Do you know if he has any medical issues or?
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before?
I've met him before, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they've got a whole fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you guys like,
for the two of them?
Yeah, he's been arrested like 5 times.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with him. I haven't been here personally. So they have
he's currently on parole because of it. So
because of domestic violence with her.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Last time he got whatever it's called, retrial something or other. He had to go to domestic violence class.
Okay.
I know he was doing it at a parole officer, stuff like that. But I mean, like every time she had him arrested, the next day she was trying to get him bailed out of jail. So I don't know what it is.
Oh, she's getting water from this tap. Probably gonna pass out on us. Okay. Well, listen, please do me a favor. I'll make a few phone calls.
I mean,
those sounds
your kid needs to be picked up.
Lakeline Elementary.
How soon though?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay.
I don't really leave the house.
Let me try and get this going for you because I know you need that. Martinez.
No audio on this part.
Including my be a while. I'm welcoming this breeze right now. It's kind of warm. All right, so just bear with us.
I know.
All right.
If you could like give me whatever updates or anything that you know of, that's just how I work, so I know like kind of what.
Well, let me look at my computer.
Hold the hell on. I love how we're catching things that we may not have caught before. She said, if you can just give me any updates or give me any of the updates, that's how I work. Like she's already trying to saren this in the beginning. That's how I work.
We already got a detective on the way. He's on the screen. Okay. No, ella quiere lavarse las manos con. Honey, that's my copa. Let me pick it up.
Hi, Caitlin. How are you? What happened?
No, ella quiere lavarse las manos con. Honey, that's my copa. Let me pick it up.
Muted for a phone call. And if you guys want to see the video of it as well, you can join us over on my YouTube. It's on the sticker above, and the link is in my bio.
She wants to say something. She wants to talk. I'm on. Yeah.
Well, we're
Don't
here,
know
so
anything though, like why or how?
So that we will not know the answer to that because we're not. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna go to the medical examiner's office and he'll have what's called an autopsy. Yeah. That'll be first thing tomorrow morning. I'll know a lot, hopefully a lot more tomorrow morning as far as him. But I cannot. There's no way I could say how, why.
So just by looking at him, like, why is he purple?
Oh, that's normal when someone passes away. Lividity turns.
As soon as the heart stops beating, the blood starts to settle to the lowest points of the body, and then it becomes very pronounced. So that's called a probability. It happens every night.
I'm like really scared. I want you guys to know that.
We have, look around, we have all these deputies here, so while we're here, nothing's going to happen to you. Before we go and make any notification, you'll have plenty of time to leave or do
Run.
whatever you need to do. Okay? And we can talk about that more in length. But yeah, it's not going to be a surprise.
Real quick, and then.
But like, I don't like this was totally like not intentional. Like that's what I'm scared about too. Like
Somebody needs to make her a sign.
We'll have all
So
the
during
answers.
court,
We'll
she can
have
hold up a
a
sign
lot
that
more
says,
answers tomorrow.
not intentional.
Like she said, what you're seeing here is common.
This is where she is her
This
own
is us
worst
coming
enemy.
out to the
Protocol.
scene. Yeah, his age, no real medical history that
that
we
I know of.
For him to have passed away, we come out.
I know.
Yeah.
We come out and do an investigation. Medical examiner's office, we sending people out. This is what we do.
After 3.5
He was 75 years old and had a history of heart condition. We wouldn't be here.
I just don't know what his. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Exactly.
sorry.
And that's what we're here to find out. We're just here to get the answers. The answers that you want, the answers that his family's
I
going to
just
want.
really want to see my son. Like, I really need to see my son.
Well,
I mean, I know I can't go anywhere, but
Right.
so do I just like sit out here and wait for you guys?
If you would, yeah. Please.
Is there anybody else having to show up, or everybody's here that needs to be here?
Because
My
I
team's here
need
that needs to be here. The medical examiners will show up when we call them, but we're not ready for them yet. So they're going to take him. They're going to take some photos, take him. But that's towards the end of it, and they'll be called well in advance when we're ready for them. But we're not ready for them at this point, because then we won't be calling them quite yet. Okay. So like I said, I got to go do some paperwork. They're going to chat with some people, and then we're going to come back and talk to you if you're okay with that.
Yes,
So just give us a little bit more time. Like I said, I need to go and do that, and he's going to go do some
but do you guys tell his family like today or after tomorrow?
We have to. It's the law.
Law, we have to go make contact with the county.
Yeah.
They have to be notified.
Once our investigation is pretty much complete here, once we leave here, we will be going to.
But again, you'll know. I'm not going to just go into it without you knowing. You'll know. We'll talk to you prior to doing anything like that.
But I understand what you guys and how you do it, and, you know, so, but, like, what do you just tell him? What do you tell his parents? Like, what's the reason?
Passed away.
We tell them what we know at that point.
Yeah.
We tell them the truth.
And that we're going to be waiting for the autopsy results, and I will be at the autopsy in the morning, and hopefully the doctor will be able to give me some of what they think and see.
We'll give them their number. They can contact them and get it from them.
So yeah, they're gonna know what we're here, what we're investigating, and that we're still.
They're gonna think I killed him.
Why would they?
They always have said that. They've always have said that.
What have they
I
said?
told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because they don't want him with me. So he's basically just not really there.
It's blue-eyed white dragon. I thought it was a white devil. Okay.
And around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I've encouraged him numerous times to go over there and see his family. They were unforgiving over there, where they never accepted me. And everybody
I have to too, so
my
I
ass.
want to see the video part of this.
He had to pull her off me one time.
It is
You have
another
somewhere
red
safe
group
that you can go
the
to.
audio.
Both my parents
And
are
don't
deceased. My
worry,
grandparents are deceased. My aunt and uncle
they are
deceased.
still picking
I got
the
nobody.
jury.
I have a brother that's in the Marines, and I've got another one that's in jail.
That's still
And
going on.
whether
We're
that's
not missing
Marines,
that.
is he
We're not
local?
missing
No.
that part.
Well, he's
We're not
in
missing opening
Altamont, but I think
statements or
he's doing
hearing
whatever
straight.
Marine thing he's doing.
Not yet.
But the only way
Your phone's inside, correct?
No,
Yes.
hopefully
Do you have a
never.
phone?
We'll
No.
keep checking.
He doesn't have a phone.
he used my phone.
He uses your
Yeah,
phone.
we did it
Share a
together.
phone.
So the only place I could.
Hold the hell on. Did she just say that George doesn't have his own phone? That they share a phone together? She's a pretty controlling Saren.
The go is over to Brian's house. So I don't think he'll have a problem with it.
Okay.
So
I'm assuming.
Well, like I said, we're not going to leave here. If you do not feel safe, we are not going to leave here with you not feeling safe. Because then we're liable.
and then his ex-wife in Philadelphia.
Just because we know how this goes with that detective, she just said, well, with you not feeling safe, we're not going to leave. If you don't feel safe, we can't leave you here because then we'd be liable. That's the only reason. Remember that. Okay, she screws her specifically over later. So it's good to hear her say that in the beginning. She's consistent with how she is responding and speaking to Sarah.
Well, she's in Philadelphia, but yes.
There's going to be a funeral.
Right. That you're talking like days and weeks.
No,
I'm talking right here, right now.
I know.
So let me do my investigation. Let me go do this paperwork that I'm talking about because we can go back and forth about what ifs like all day long.
I know, sorry.
I promise we're not going to leave here for you and you not feel safe. Okay? I promise.
Please. Okay. It's just, I don't even know what to tell you.
It's okay. Just take a seat, have some water, give us a few minutes, let us do our thing, and we'll be back to talk to you, I promise, okay?
Like you said, if you need us again, just let them know.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Martina, you can
Yeah.
go ahead and type.
Okay.
Sit down and type and keep like eyes on. Do you have anyone in here?
There's nobody here, just me.
Okay, that's fine. You're right there, right?
Yeah.
Sit there and type. You're fine. I have relief coming, so just get it.
I hate it when the audio's out.
Just about 2:30. Huh?
Trying to figure out when my
What time he comes out?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? Okay.
I'm going to speed along the parts where he's walking around because this is Sarah Boone. This is the right after they got the call and they're first responding to the scene. It's one of the questions they're asking the judges. Did they see this video? So and since we can't, be in because they're doing jury selection, figured we would review what they're asking them if they have seen. Because if we wanted a reason to be disqualified, then we would be disqualified. Just saying. Nothing else is being said to. Okay, let me see what our next one is. All right, let's go to the interrogation. That's a fun.
This morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed.
This is the video that she's been trying to get thrown out. This specific video, this interrogation. We all know she wants the phone thrown out too, but that ain't happening. So this is the video that
Of some injuries that
she claims that she never was told that she was going to speak with them. But yet you'll hear her say that she has a list of questions that she came there to ask them. Again, her own worst enemy. Okay, so you guys will have the audio here. If you want the visual side, you can join us over on YouTube. Michelle's Criminal Musing, link in bio.
he has by the doctor. So I want. So he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you get hit and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising. Like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a
swollen.
hand on him.
Okay.
Also too, he fell off my son's bike,
Okay.
so I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Don't get mad at me because you guys know how I am. I can't just not say something. What the hell was he doing riding your son's bike? And how did we miss that the first, second, and third time we watched this?
Okay. What about the scratches? There's also so he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising. Like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a
swollen.
hand on him.
Okay.
Also too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So I.
Okay.
He's notorious for running into walls. Good catch, Samantha. Very good catch.
What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his.
That's why we do reviews so many times. We revisit things because every single time our focus will shift and we'll pick up on something that we didn't hear the first time, second, or third time. There's always little pieces. That's why it's such a rabbit hole in true crime. Yeah, it just runs into walls.
Neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent. Like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is. No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over the house too, so.
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh, gosh.
From my understanding, he was there like last Tuesday.
I don't know if it was Tuesday,
That hit me
but
weird.
yes, he was there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday.
Yeah.
We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday.
Wait a second. They just said you called us at 1, but do you remember when the cops first got there and they responded? She says she woke up at 11. So why in the hell did she wait 2 hours to call 911? Or is this something that I'm just not comprehending?
Sunday, and then
That's
into
why
Monday.
I'm thoroughly confused, because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's
Exactly.
mind-blowing to me. Like,
Okay.
I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had,
I'm just going to stop right there. That's not a normal response when you're talking about the person you love having died and you having nothing to do with it. This is sorry, I don't know why I'm so used to pointing up because of the stickers, but this is the Sarah Boone case, which is the start of it is set for today, but they're in jury selection. So we are catching up on our review until opening statements.
like on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on like his head and skull,
I have no idea.
as if something hit him.
I
Considered
have not
blunt force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not.
Your first response is to say, I have not touched him. That's not normal.
Touched him. I have not touched him.
And how would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good.
Did she just say ex-wives? and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one suitcase video, the top is facing one way. And on another one, it's at the bottom of the stairs and it's face down. And the injuries would suggest. But ex-wives. Okay, it's just in case anyone knows. We did catch earlier something that we, again, hadn't heard the first, second, or third time reviewing this. And that was where, when the officers get there, she clarifies that they've been together for 3.5 years. And a short time later, they go and they walk over to her ex-husband who's standing nearby. And he starts to talk and he says, yes, my ex-wife, we've been divorced for 1.5 years. So are you implying on Miss Boone's? I'll just leave it for you.
I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right? You said that was a
I'll
month
say
ago?
a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, like,
The last time that they've been physical was probably within a few weeks. That's her response. Probably within a few weeks. Yes, she did. That's the part that she's talking about right now.
physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Wow.
Like, we've been good. I don't know if, like, it's since the last time he got out of jail. Like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So.
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
The probation officer?
Oh, no, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me.
You're innocent.
So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there.
Well, Lacey, depending on the type of person you are or what you're talking on, you can simply choose to lie. It's possible, but not when you're under oath, is it? That's when it's punishable.
So.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so.
Give or take.
Right, so what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
he gets belligerently drunk. Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken. And.
Oh, Saren, is your memory coming back? You starting to figure it out? You know that you're the only witness to the case against yourself that you don't even know is being built as you speak.
At one point, I started documenting everything.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, he split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have almost I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it, from him poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's.
Yes. She said, I believe what she had said was that she was tricked. into that meeting here.
Then why are you still with him?
Everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him. Like I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could help him, which I did because he came a really long way.
I've been there.
From where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with.
Mhm.
I've really helped him. I've bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him because I had hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things and I think he gets overwhelmed. And then it's like, next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go. So I'm going to go upstairs and read a book.
The way that Sally feels the hell out of this, she deserves whatever award, an Emmy, I don't know, not an Oscar, right? Grammy, I don't know, one of those. Exactly, just like Sally Field. Sally Field does that too. She did that in Fried Green Tomato really, really well. I would venture to say she did it like a pro. I would never watch anything that Saren was in, though, ever.
Or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Or I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't.
Which we already heard in the first video, when you called 911 and said, George's dead, that your husband called you that day because you're not consistent with picking up your son Lucas. And he needed to know if you were going to really do it that day or if you were already drunk. In case you forgot. Yeah, I'm forgetful. So if you're forgetful, Sarah, here's your sign.
Know how to, I guess, maintain himself where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that. So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. His job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job.
Sorry to laugh. It was an accident. I had a blockage in my airways.
And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill.
Mm-hmm.
And that broke his heart.
This is Sarah Boone, the trial that starts this week. They're in jury selection right now. So we're doing a review. This is her interrogation video the next day. Yeah, we call her Saren because she's the true crime Karen, but she doesn't get to be the Karen because we have our own Karen and you can't have another Karen and she's ours. So we named her Saren.
Because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up.
Mm-hmm.
And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money.
You mean?
How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on.
Sarah, speaking to you from the future. You might want to get your story straight because giving mixed messages.
his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the paint to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone.
So 5 seconds ago, you just made it so neither of you had a drink. Now suddenly it's only him that can't be drinking. Even your ex-husband said otherwise.
You can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk.
You see what she's doing here, right? She's trying to bait and switch. If I can get them to focus on what he's done to me, they won't see the bigger picture of what I've done to him, which is what she does with the police. Thank you. She weaponized the police against him. When she had a restraining order, she called and convinced him to come over. And then they would get in a fight, and she would call the police for a violation on that restraining order. She thinks she's like the puppet master, Spider-Woman, queen of the world. Not sure exactly when. Part of me is for some reason hoping that maybe they'll start today, but we know it's not going to be today. So let's hope tomorrow. Just like she said she loved her ex-husband.
I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording like that you were not drunk. He was not drunk. You guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-compos mentis.
Excuse me, Saren. This is me speaking to you from the future again. Just stop. Because the defense that you're going in with this, or the reasoning, is that you were still drunk the very next day when you went in to this police interrogation. And that's one reason that it should be dismissed. But in that interrogation, you're sitting there saying, I don't drink. Not me. Me? No. Never. Not me. No, I would never.
Having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just saying you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, you know. But you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Or is it?
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around.
For some reason, when she said dancing with my dog, like I see this horrible pop song created in this music video, literally, of dancing with her dog.
Having a good time and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know. I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Sarah.
No, ella quiere.
This morning we went to Chachi.
Sir.
But what I was
and then to his
Sarah,
substance abuse
that's
class
called
and
being
his
intolerant.
VIP. throwing it. Like the car would jostle. He was throwing all that stuff. He plays a big part in it.
Okay.
On top of jobs
yeah.
and money and.
I'll get us back there, don't worry.
So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious.
And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even
Okay, I went too far ahead. Hold on.
around the edges, and like just it makes me fractious listening to his music. So, ex-wife is bonkers.
Or two, like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me you told me on recording, like, that you were not drunk, he was not drunk, you guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-complimentous, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control.
Control freak, we know. It's narcissist.
So
You're a narcissist.
I'm just saying, you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, you know. But you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand? And
no.
Sarah, this is your future speaking again. In the future, you might want to remember you just said this.
Physical?
No.
Or is it?
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know, I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine and I'll be fine, but I have
Saren, that's called building a tolerance again.
to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you? Like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have?
Sarah,
The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured.
this is the Sarah Boone case out of Florida. The woman who has zipped her boyfriend up in a suitcase in a game of hide and seek.
Any out? Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left
Yeah, about
over.
this much.
Mm-hmm. And then that you had well, I don't even know how the wine. How'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he like leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, because I know
sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to
No.
Publix?
So most of the time what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix.
Sarah, she's setting you up for that answer.
It's literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So what he'll do is he'll start, go by Publix, and then on the way back catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because the next thing I know he's walking in with a bottle.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus there's stuff that are around the house that I had to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
Okay. So where were you guys at on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday? You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know.
You want to tell her? Or should I? Saren, we're your future selves again. What you're saying right now, you're probably forgetting in the future. It's going to cause a big problem.
Know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down, slow down. And another thing too is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and like just, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So
Fractious? Is that a new term for something? Fractious.
I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because I mean, we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, sat down, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him, because I think that's what he's used to, is having background.
No, I think you're just a multitasking overachiever.
Noise, where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep, but he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't
Remember that for when you're in jail.
mind.
I mean your dorm.
Trailers were cool, and he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming. It was.
But you said it was a good day. Like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship. You guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole, like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting.
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say with just.
Isabel, you get a golden star. Thank you.
We'll get through it. This will be fine. It's just, it's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because.
I'm talking about the money, jobs,
Daughters.
stress.
Yes.
Nothing
No.
relationship-wise, though. Like, no issues. Like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about
Just
like
what's
the stress?
going on right now.
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano, where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship,
Right.
where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you. Like, I have almost everything. Not a worry. Just tell me. Get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like, it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing.
I'm sorry, are you his mother or his girlfriend?
Together in the living room, and then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here, it is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself, so I know.
Why is she trying to literally micromanage a grown-ass man?
I knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I miss him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to?
I never stopped. That's what
I think our definitions of taking care of someone and definitely Saren's definition of taking care of someone are slightly different. No? Maybe?
I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now because I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah.
No. You're there now because you're trying to save yourself.
Oh, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
Okay. You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think the last time
Get ready for gaslighting 101.
He got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end. But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said,
One of your questions. Oh, Sarah, what question? You didn't know you were coming there, remember? You were just going there to pick up your phone. You weren't going there for notes of future self. Right there.
how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will.
Put your hand up if you think Sarah likes to toot her own horn, as they say.
So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer, and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what BIP stands for, Matters Intervention Program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together, where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos.
The next thing she's going to do, she's going to say that she hung those papers up on the refrigerator with the magnet.
He would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
Boone, when you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors still tell me that. The office, property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see.
Do you remember that moment? Hi, Rachel. Thank you. Do you guys remember that moment in the Chris Watts tape recording where they did the lie detector test and they're trying to help him get to the point that they need, which is the confession? That's kind of what's happening right here.
See on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down and bailed him out.
I know.
The next day.
I know.
What's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you? Oh, previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap in, just throwing it. Like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go, they got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is he pursues
I'm sorry, but he was a grown-ass man.
me. So I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, he's gonna do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday or whenever it was.
Anybody else just hear motive?
I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens.
But Saren, let me stop you right there. Because you just got done telling all of us that this was the best day that you've had, that you two have had together in a long time. There was no fighting. You guys were watching movie trailers, putting together a puzzle, maybe painting a picture and seeing Kuwait. I can't remember all of them, but which one is it?
So I'm going to go ride my bike. I'm going to go upstairs and read a book. But every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look at some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to be upstairs, maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
Are you talking about this is like recent? I don't know, you kind of like lost me. Like what are you
talking about? It was a little while ago.
But now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way lately or?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, my thing is too, so you all know, I hate that you can't talk to her, but his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and then she like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this has not like been recent, but which is why he didn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday?
No, I'm just saying previously why the incidents would happen is she plays a big part in it.
Okay.
On top of jobs and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
Nope, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then.
You just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that had him come inside, so we could.
About what time, do you remember what time that was?
His mom.
And you said you went up to bed around midnight,
Ish.
fell asleep around 12:30-ish. But those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
Like when we started to play hide and seek.
yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we weren't out there too long, maybe about 6-ish. Then.
You're talking about from hanging out outside and like, okay.
Well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there.
Right.
Just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus it started to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Start at the top, paint, whatever.
Paint, music, puzzle, Jenga, no? Hide and go seek. That's right.
Maybe,
I hear you. I see you.
gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when you went to
9 o'clock?
hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. Which is like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
I'm listening.
And then you went upstairs, and then he didn't come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship?
Mm-hmm.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there,
Yes.
and it was in play because.
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well,
I mean, we were playing.
No, I know,
that
but
time,
I'm saying, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so.
And I don't know what version, again, that Saren has in hide and seek, but the downloaded version that I had when I was growing up, the seeker, Saren, and the hider, George, the seeker would not pick the hider's location. That's just, it makes the whole thing, it's just, there's no point.
The suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase,
Which I saw where?
to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's
I have
school.
no idea.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like.
I think she thought that she was going to go there, take her phone home, and she would get George's belongings that were with them, and then she would go on about her life like normal. Because that's what this situation would entail, right? Because she did absolutely nothing wrong. Not a single solitary thing. Right?
Have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously,
No.
I understand, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter. You were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
No.
No.
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected. You have the password. He has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could.
1 second, guys. I'm going to put this up while we're listening, guys. This just came through. Thank you, Sam.
And the password.
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay. Does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's your phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sarah, can I borrow your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get into it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and get it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone. And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition. No, he is the only other person that would use your phone, I'm assuming, other than
Lucas.
Right. But Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and
the dogs,
and George and them dancing, but I mean, it's just Tess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down.
Oh. Okay.
Let me.
You could see her brain moving.
The battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah, it used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
All right. No, I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked. And
No.
okay, but why did you say it like that? Like,
I don't think you all understand who I am. Where,
okay. Well, tell me.
I mean,
Excuse us? Who you are. We don't understand who you are. Make sure you answer or speak the rest of that really carefully.
I've always been a straight-A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Mm-hmm.
I excel at everything.
Mm-hmm.
I would not do that.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't lock somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay. No, it was just the way you said it.
You guys are scaring me.
Why?
Well, we just want you to watch this. It came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
No.
You could
I don't know how much I can take.
really.
I don't know how to find your...
Is it ever not about you?
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah, we're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
No, it's-
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. You.
That's you, your voice.
Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
I don't want to watch it, please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had 2 fingers hanging out. and you
I
went to
flipped him
that-
over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's 2 different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying,
It's upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is
No.
upside down, and then
Actually, it's doing that to George, and you know it.
this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it. My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Well, that's what you did.
yeah.
but not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because
What?
you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
Stopped here.
Okay, but
Where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
It's, and his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
If you guys cannot figure out what she's doing with the this and the that and the this, if you guys want to join us over on my Tube Review, link is in bio. It's Michelle's Criminal Musings. There you can see the visual to go along with the audio.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just showing you. I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the
I
other video.
understand. I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a.
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying,
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
What does mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell my
like he
partner.
does. Like, I get called everything but a white woman, so
Okay.
my intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
But you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows
That's
at
what I
no
told
point
you.
can I see his fingers. And
He'll
it
be up here
looks
any
like-
minute.
Again, who wants to make her a sign to hold up in court? I didn't mean it.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling you,
And I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
up.
Do you think
He's not able
he's
to get
joking?
out.
You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video, there's no
When we
laugh.
first got in there, both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to
No.
recording this?
No. No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
if
I
you're the
didn't,
only one laughing.
but I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah,
I can't
I
breathe.
can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like I don't.
He's never been locked in a suitcase. That's where he couldn't get out. So
It's kind of. I thought it was
And
a
you know
boy
the oxygen.
crying wolf kind of thing.
okay.
And again, my plan.
But
Except, Sarah, we know that shortly before this event, you had also tried to take his oxygen from him, this time with your hands on his neck. So it's not like this is the first time.
nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking. He is begging. And you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
No. Please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what,
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
oh,
Why don't you remember making the video?
This is the Sarah Boone case out of Florida. The woman that, while playing hide and go seek with her boyfriend, her being the seeker, locked him in a suitcase. That trial, they're doing jury selection for it right now as we speak.
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
Just because I went upstairs and, just because you're drunk doesn't mean that you,
Careful, Sarah. Because you changed that statement. Remember? You guys remember, right? Because we just talked about this. Your whole reason for wanting this specific interview, interrogation, whatever you want to call it, thrown out, is that they had you come up there and you were too intoxicated still from the night before to have made that choice, rightfully so.
That you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
mm-hmm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well, we're just
get it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure out
We're
what
trying
you're
to
saying.
figure out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did. Like, we were.
Guys, this is an Amber Alert that just came out a bit ago, right out of Austin, Texas. If you guys can share this, I'll drop my face out of it. If you guys want to take a screenshot and share this with any and everybody, as you guys know, when a child goes missing, it's really important to get that message out right away. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I'll also put it up in a video in a little bit too, so you could share that out. I'm going to try to do it while being signed into multiple devices. So sorry if I messed anything up. But anything you could do to help get that out, we would greatly appreciate.
Were playing, and then like I thought it was my plan.
And again, if you want the visual part of this interview, join us over on my YouTube. It is Michelle's Criminal Musings, link in bio.
Plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to. He'll be up here any minute.
But you willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and
My plan was also to leave him in the suitcase.
So why didn't you take him out?
Because I went upstairs and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think
Hi, Mary.
he's asking to come out?
I didn't do it intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was your
suitcase.
plan?
So, I'm sorry, but correct me if this is what you're saying. That because you may, and this is her saying that she left it open, which the police said no, she didn't. She says she left it open this much so he could stick his fingers through to unzip it himself. And that was enough air for him. Yeah, no.
waiting for him to come upstairs.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him. Maybe I shouldn't.
No.
But that didn't cross your mind because it didn't happen.
That's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the
You
whole,
tell us.
it's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was like, I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't,
He's telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
Guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, he has.
If that's how you are to someone that you, quote, love, how are you to someone you do not? And segue question, do you only love yourself? Because
Nobody understands our relationship.
That's what I
this whole
said too,
suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you love
I wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
but you
So,
did it.
I just.
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand. Like, it's.
Julie, that's gaslighting 101. Hi, Donna. How are you?
I mean,
That was not my intention.
Well,
Y'all don't have any idea what
by
I've
your
done for
acts,
him.
But by your acts, and that's
Wait,
exactly right.
wait. No one has any idea what you've done for him, as in that gives you a right because you do. See, that's something. Same thing with P. Diddy. You think because you help someone in some way, no matter how big or small, that they are indebted to you. So do they then become your property to use and abuse however you see fit? Because hindsight.
You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show you any appreciation.
He did.
That is true, Catnip. That's
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you. You couldn't breathe. And you verbally several times told him just you. Well, you said
all those little claims right there are individual motives. 1 motive, 2, 3, 4, and then we had a couple early on too, if you guys remember.
But you won't let us play the rest of it. You don't want to.
When I say cheating,
it's
on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I think so too.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did she just say it's on his phone? When she had just said 2 times prior in the same interview that he doesn't have his own phone, that when he needs to use a phone, he asks to use hers. Fruit and slip button, maybe?
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating, though. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told him,
I don't know what you. This is.
what would you say if somebody told you that they had done this?
Done what?
You said somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think? So you all think that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'll be completely honest with you, Saren. It sounds like you do not believe in pot kettle.
Is that what you guys are trying to assume? Or trying to like?
We're just, the video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
No.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So,
And that's
Or your own constantly running mouth. I know I have very little room to talk there. Put your own constantly running mouth in the videos and your own videos, but you could not possibly have refrained from gloating. Narcissism at its finest, folks.
That's why we want to know.
And I don't remember doing those.
The injuries are not consistent with what you've told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really, truly does.
Sam, can you come steer the car for a minute? I have to go to the bathroom.
You don't think that I had thought about that?
Thought about the video or thought about...
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm going to go to sleep? Is that what you all...
Well, Sarah, correct us if we're wrong, but there was one man, one woman, and one dog in the house that night. Was it the dog? It had to be the dog. It had to be the dog. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Well, are assuming.
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us, so that happened.
That's what happened.
And the video...
For anyone just coming in, this is an Amber Alert that went out moments ago in Texas. If you guys wouldn't mind screenshotting it and sending it out to whomever, wherever, posting it and whatnot, so that way we can try to get this spread far and wide. Thank you so much. This is the case of Sarah Boone out of Florida. The chick whose ideals on how you play hide and seek are vastly different from the majority. Because when I play hide and seek, I, being the seeker, would not tell the hider where they shall hideth. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
But I'm not going to say...
You thought he could get out on his own. But the video shows that he cannot get out on his own.
But when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
But it had the hole in it.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
Is what you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's got...
But the zipper part is broken.
Yes, which is why we were going to zip it.
Yeah.
I just...
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
But you could on the inside, too. I don't know how...
Well, why wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he could?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if you saw, like, where the hole was. I don't know.
I didn't see a hole.
No,
I didn't see no fingers
You're the
sticking
only
out.
one that's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers.
For anyone that would just happen to come in at this exact moment, this would be a very awkward thing to stumble in upon hearing. Or just maybe I'm just...
And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm not assuming. I haven't assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention...
Assuming and asking a direct question are totally different. Clearly, you need a new dictionary.
was not, again, oh, good, I got him in there. Now I'm just going to go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this or hears just a little bit like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase and then watches that
probably went
video?
to sleep. That's what happened.
You like consciously had to walk upstairs.
Wait a second, hold on. Did you guys just hear that was loud enough? She just said, yeah, I would think she was drinking. But she had so adamantly said just a few moments ago that she wasn't intoxicated or anywhere near it. Right?
I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that.
And if that is the standpoint she gives going forward, all she's doing is painting her very own picture of how much of a liar she actually is, because the evidence speaks for itself.
And you specifically told me that you
I
went
don't-
upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I am sick, especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night, that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has 2 fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different, and it actually shows you upset and again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life out of that suitcase.
So but my thing
you
is
say
that
we're assuming, we're not assuming,
but
we're
the
telling you
fingers,
what's on there.
so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also, in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out.
And don't forget, Saren, before you say no, we've seen it from both directions, because for some strange reason, after you loaded him into it, somehow that suitcase took a tumble.
We should probably see that.
In short, we would get it from both directions, and we see no visual of said hole left open for air or escape.
That hole that
He
you're
essentially
talking
would have
about.
been able to get out.
Huh.
Alcohol.
Based off what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out.
Okay.
But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay, well.
I did not.
She just said I did not zip it up all the way, but she did not say I did not have too much to drink.
Zip it up all the way. This is horrific, okay?
I know you're giving us
Horrific.
whiplash.
It is terrible.
Yeah, so they-
Horrific. I don't think I'll ever be right because of this. Ever be right.
You want to know who else won't be right? George, or his children, or his parents or siblings, or anybody that cared about him, because they never get to see him again or talk to him.
With everything else that I have in my life, personally,
Me,
And then
me,
this.
me, me, me.
whom I loved, it was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional.
Well, guess what, Saren? You're going to get a chance to do exactly that. You're going to get a chance to do exactly that sometime within the next week or 2. Don't you worry. I just sent you the invite.
I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
But
You did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I think she should put a copyright on not intentional, because from point A to point P is approximately where we're at. It's pointing out not intentional. I might have been wrong and I might have done it, but it wasn't intentional.
I didn't intentionally go to bed because I'm thinking, okay, good, he can get out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
And what do you
it goes
normally do
off
when you
whatever
go to
you're
bed?
gonna do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What is a bed for?
Okay, thanks. I'll be right back.
Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
But
bed to
obviously
do
you
what?
can tell too that, like, I've
You
been
go to
drinking
bed to
also.
do what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this. I wasn't that.
Yes, you did.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which, yes, you can tell that I had been drinking, but
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't breathe?
If I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you all are trying to do? To portray me as?
We're not trying to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
I don't want to call it fine and dandy.
Was fine and dandy.
Explain
You all
to me how.
don't, okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you, because this was not in any way, shape, or form planned on the Bible intentional.
Okay. So you just left
I
him there
didn't
to
kill
teach
him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that if it's there, he'll get out and no harm. Because you don't.
And then he doesn't, but you don't go check on him. You say you're up for 30 minutes and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even moved,
and off.
You admit to moving the suitcase, like, over. So
you roll it.
You roll it out, like, it's not like.
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't.
You didn't want him to be upside down? How do you even get upside down?
Right. You guys are killing me right now. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
What's your reasoning for not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was.
Thank you.
I called Brian, and like what, 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out and try to do CPR and then called you guys.
Did you get this notification, Kristen? Just out of curiosity.
And it was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone, where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
Now, this is just my personal opinion, Sarah. I don't believe you did any CPR whatsoever. Yes, you should have, Kristen. Yeah, several hours, actually.
I don't know how. I mean, you can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was going to get himself out, but that he didn't. And you went upstairs and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too, like,
you chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
No, wait 1 second. Because I know, like, with you all, and then, like, because you continually ask me, like, time frames, where I told you, like, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's like a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left.
Exactly, Barbara. And that's a point that the detective brought up earlier. Would you put your son, would you put Lucas in a suitcase? Would you do this to your son? No.
At the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless of how long you were there, you left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
Now we're just closing that storybook and opening a totally different one.
So when he asked to be let out, like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs?
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. Why didn't you let him out?
Yeah.
Well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two.
Wait a minute.
You know what?
You didn't know it was going to end like that. That implies that you knew it was going to end some other way. So how did you know? When you know, right? And she did just sort of say she knows.
I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23. So you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video
I'm
recording.
not sure.
So my thing is, when it stopped,
The fellow wrote.
he asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Don't
Were you
know.
punishing him?
no, just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you get. This is
Yep.
what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me.
Yes, it absolutely has. It's called accountability, but I understand why you don't get it because it seems like you've never been held accountable before now. That's why her name is Saren. We changed her name to Saren.
Like, it's all backfired on me, and I understand the severity of this. I just,
You did it.
it's awful,
Me
I know.
Okay.
Do you want to come pick me up and we'll go from here? I want to go too. I wonder if we can convince Mr. Michelle we should take a trip for this one. And scratches, Barbara. Scratches from one side of his back to the other, the top. Thank you, Gamma. From all the way to one side to the other. And those don't just develop by turning a suitcase over. Try throwing it down the stairs or rolling it. Depends on which way you would consider it to be so. Exactly.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now, too.
Okay, perfect. You come get me. I'll be ready, and we could go get catnip, and then we'll be on our way. I'm down. I'm in. 100%.
I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like, I will never drink alcohol again.
But
I don't care what it is. And
Why would that be an issue, Sarah? You just said all over the first part of this interview that you were not drunk. That it takes 2 or 3 glasses before you even start to feel anything, which, by the way, is a tolerance buildup in case you didn't know. You're just a walking contradiction.
way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this.
Hi, Clara.
What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing. You all keep
I'm not asking you a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's
So-
in the bag saying, I can't.
My God.
And you say, F you.
When he, so like, for like the whole few minutes that he was in there, like
Minimum 11. But yes, go ahead. It's a few. 11. Minimum.
For the one video.
Well, in between the 2 videos. It's
Between the 2
11 minutes.
videos.
We are listening to the interrogation of Sarah Boone from Florida, who is charged with taking the life of her boyfriend during a romantic game of hide and seek, where she was the seeker and he was the hider, but she put him in a suitcase. Yeah, she wants this recording thrown out. And her reasoning for wanting it thrown out is she says she wants it thrown out because she was still intoxicated the next day from the night before, so that them interviewing her should be thrown out because she didn't have a way to consent for that. Because she was still drunk the night before, where this video itself has her repeatedly saying she had no more than 1 glass of wine. And we know that she doesn't start to feel anything when she has more than 2 or 3. In her own words. Yeah, let Mila have her. Mila, you want to go get a Saren?
Yeah. So
what was the question again?
when he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, F you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him?
I'll answer for you because clearly you're having a hard time, especially if it's the truth. But you don't know. That's too easy. I'm going to let her answer it.
There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like, no,
Again, it's the boy calling wolf.
No, it's called the woman having power. And it's called a narcissist gaslighting 101. Guys, this is a Amber Alert that went out just a little bit ago in Texas from Austin. If you guys could please take a screenshot of it, share it to everybody you know, far and wide, so that way we can make sure that this little one is found. Just take a quick screenshot. I'll be posting it on mine as well when I get off of here. But if you guys could share this, would be greatly appreciated. The trial's not in Indiana. This happened in Florida, and the trial's in Florida. I think the one you're thinking of out of Indiana is the Delphi case with Richard Allen, which also started jury selection today, but there's no cameras allowed in it, so we won't get any of that.
Okay, but where does this game end? I don't.
The beeps.
Did you say this is a?
Oh, that's whenever they beep out whatever she's saying. I don't have no beeps.
Game, you got
Obviously,
somebody in there.
he went the wrong way.
So what was your intention for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, he's in there.
This is where Sarens always fall into their own trap. Oh, the vicious web we weave. Because it's your own words. Your own well-documented words. Your own well-documented everything. And guess what? You also documenting that. So, well done. Your own downfall.
Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down and check
And it's
on
the
him.
whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying
I
to
don't care
do,
about 30
whatever.
minutes.
Like, for all I know, it's 10 minutes.
He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't.
The truth?
I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you
Then what
can't
did you
tell us
intend?
why you left him in there and went upstairs.
Is it maybe because you felt power? Once he was in that suitcase, did you maybe, for once, feel like you had complete, utter, and total control over everything in that instant? Because some of us know that, how much that means to you, that control. Maybe. Am I hitting a nerve?
That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's what I have a feeling is I went upstairs and just hit the bed kind of thing. But again, I'm thinking he'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
Well, my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going up?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun.
Guys,
You said
I
this was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing. You went upstairs. He had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing. Well, obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys? So what is it you're trying to like?
We're just trying to figure out why.
Why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving him in the bag?
Why he was left in the bag? Why the video?
I didn't have any motivation. It was me, he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm gonna go to sleep.
That's excluding, that's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted, and he has a
Oh
bump
my
on his
gosh.
eye.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you.
That depends, Catnip. That depends. If we believe her acting, she is as good as Sally Fields, and she could start and stop her tears on the drop of a hat.
Like, this is not fair at all.
I know, I
all,
agree.
Yes.
that you all are
Thank you for the
assuming
follow.
that that's from me.
Where else did it come
If
from?
you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of a suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually.
Eventually?
I'm guessing. I mean, I'm blaming.
Now pretend, like she just said, that it was you in that suitcase and you couldn't breathe and you were asking to be let out. Should they let you out? Okay, now imagine if it was your son, since you can't understand that either. Are you starting to get it yet? She needs so much extra help today.
it on the wine.
Blaming it on the wine.
So you guys are like assuming that.
You keep saying
No.
we're assuming, well, we're not, we haven't assumed anything.
They're
But
using
you
their
guys
own
are
words.
assuming
No,
that that's
believing
what I
you.
did.
No, by what,
Like, this
the facts of what happened, we got there, you said you pulled him out of a suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
when
we're
the
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain them.
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday, because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were you
Yep.
thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
You've used it today too, to say that you guys were within your wits. There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but we didn't drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They were
statement
both
back there.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't.
Now, Sarah, this is the part I warned you about. But you're not going to listen.
Because they weren't there the day before.
So one was.
Two public receipts from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well.
I'm not going to lie to you, Mary. I don't know the word and I don't know how to say it or what it means. But if you want, I could rewind it so you could write it down when you hear it. I'm not going to try to gaslight like Saren does here. Watch it be like scrumdiddlyumptious or I'm just kidding. No, it wasn't condescending.
The facts of what happened, we got there, you said you pulled him out of a suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
now
when
we're
the
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain them.
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were
Yep.
thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
Hold on, let me turn the captions on. Just for the hell of it.
So you guys are like assuming that.
You keep saying we're assuming. Well, we're not. We haven't assumed anything.
But you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
No. By what
Like,
the facts of what happened, we got there, you said you pulled him out of a suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
what
we're
you say
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain it.
tired. Oh, I'm tired. Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were
Yep.
thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said
Yeah.
you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You're very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
Compensmentive. Compensmentive. I'm just the messenger.
You've used it today too, to say that you guys were within your
I
wits.
love how they're pulling now. I need to know if this is a word. Hold on. Compensmentive. Sorry, guys, but you know. Hold on. Because in Saren world, Sarens, when they play hide and seek, the seeker picks up the spot where the hidey hides because everybody gets participation trophies. Okay, the word that it's brought back for me is comprehensive. That's it. That's all I've got. I typed that in and that's what it brought us. Compost Mentos. You are good. You get the star and the trophy, and it's not for participation. Very good catch. Yes, it is. Having full control of one's mind, sane or rational. That's why we work together as a group. So times when I can't figure out what this means and you can't figure out the and so on and so forth, you get what I mean, right? Let's continue on.
There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but we didn't drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They were
savings
both
back there.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't. Because they weren't there the day before.
So one
There's
was.
two public receipts from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well,
I mean, there's receipts, so it's not even worth the going back.
So this is.
That's the moment that I really love that detective because she's like the kind of bitch I would be when it's intentional, where she says, you know what, it's not even worth it because whatever you're gonna say, I've got the receipt, so don't waste our time. And let's hear what Saren replies to that as.
So I don't know what you guys are. I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why you.
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
Wow.
Well, we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life. and you are in a very angry voice telling him off.
No.
Yes,
It's not.
that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
We heard it.
So you guys think that I intentionally?
You did. You got up off the couch
It doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch,
think.
or walked up the stairs and got into bed.
Yep.
That was intentional. There's no way.
And you flipped the suitcase over. And maybe it tumbled downstairs.
Getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drug you up there. You didn't float up damn stairs.
Okay, well, it's not fair. It's
And
not
you're Harry
fair
Potter.
that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
I don't know what to tell you.
Who else did it?
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger.
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
But he could push it open.
No, he
Did he?
couldn't. The video
No.
shows him pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
Okay.
you, he can't breathe.
Not only is he having to put himself on a level to beg you for his right to live, but he's also using what little oxygen he has left to beg you to let him continue to breathe.
Okay.
If
I-
someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're going to do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he and start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way. He nor I.
Well, he's dead as a
Lay
result of your
hands
action.
on each other.
He's dead as a result.
I understand that.
So,
That's why
You two didn't lay hands on each other.
No. I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever this.
Just for clarification, this was her grown lover.
Whatever
He
it is.
does.
See, this is what happens. It's not fair that.
Now she has a little boy, but that's not who she put in the suitcase. Somebody else's son.
You guys, just because he has those,
You're gonna
automatically
picture.
blame it on me. Like,
well,
Where
what
else
about
did he
when
go?
you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact same thing.
Really?
He has injuries. You have injuries. Like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Correct.
Because
So
he and
nothing
I
happened to
have
you.
not been at it with one another.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably
No.
gone to jail all those times that he went to
No.
jail for domestic?
I like
Well,
her.
the one time I did,
I mean,
but
just
he
recently.
completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened. Because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
So are you trying to say that your rights are more important than his rights were? Because it's kind of sounding like that to me.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
We're not saying.
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the abuser.
On your own.
Because he's
I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I always know what to do and how to do it. I don't know.
Really
So
not.
I don't know like what's going on or like.
We are simply
I
trying
see it,
to
Rebecca.
find
Sorry.
out as well. Again, we got one side of the story.
By the way,
You're
guys,
telling us we're
if
going
you
with
would
what
like to see as well as hear, we are on YouTube. The link is in my bio. It's Michelle's Criminal Musings. You can see the interrogation right along with us. Come on down.
you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
And I don't even remember doing that.
You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and
I
repeating what
understand.
you told us.
I understand. Because I don't remember that.
Okay? Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like what's,
Oh, Ray Ray, your puppy is so cute.
Oh, no,
We
I
love
can't stand
pugs.
So,
You guys are scaring me, so like I don't know like what to expect. I mean, I had questions of things that needs to be taken care of. Like I don't.
What are your questions?
Oh, before you say another word, Saren, I'm just gonna tell you, your future self, that you just now are saying you came with a list of questions. That would mean you knew you were going to talk to them. But in the future, which is our current time, you say you were only going there to get your phone, that they coerced you into talking. Remember?
I have one last question. You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, F you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not
It happened.
intentionally.
Just so you know, Saren, with the whole hand slamming and the raising of your voice, you're sounding kind of threateningly combative.
Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a thing.
But you just said an hour and 37 minutes ago that you had only had one glass of wine, that you were not affected at all, and it takes 2 to 3 glasses for you to ever feel anything, aka tolerance.
It's alcohol.
So
Not again.
the reason that you killed him?
You all
Please sit down.
listen to me. You all listen.
And this part right here, if you're not on the YouTube with us watching this, which the link is in bio for that, she just stood up and stepped to the investigators. You don't do that.
I did not intentionally kill him.
So your intention.
I don't know what it is I need to
punish
do
him?
or how to do it or what to say or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows. Everyone knows everything that I've done for George and love him and continuously helped him throughout his life with me and made him a happier, better person.
And everybody has their limits.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody.
Except until you ended his life.
Has their limits.
So it's like, okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm going to snap? Is that what while we're in a good place right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I got you on video screaming, F you.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me.
And don't forget, you are the one that recorded yourself saying that to him.
This is what it feels like.
Which was however long ago. You said it.
The videos was from last night.
Clearly.
Do you think because you said something 24, 48, or 36, or whatever many hours ago, that makes it less important than the current moment? I feel like we're on like this really weird like trip type thing with her.
So it wasn't that,
bad yet.
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
There's still feelings towards it. You wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it.
But I would never do that.
But it
Well,
happened.
you did.
But you
But
did.
that's after being playful
But no one's
and
laughing.
having a good day.
No one's laughing.
This brings up a really good question. If you're being playful and you're holding a knife and you're stabbing someone with it, if you're laughing and you're intentfully making it with a playful nature, Does that make it okay? No.
Except you.
Everybody's having a good day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all are making me out to be a person that I'm not. Or will I ever be.
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
People have different personalities after they consume alcohol.
It depends. Well,
Because you're sober now, so sober you.
Nice
Well, what about
person,
drunk
easy
you?
going.
not, it's both of us. It's both of us. And it's, again, it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
We asked you where they came from.
You said
I have no
sex.
idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else was there.
I have no idea. I swear I did not lay a hand on him,
Okay. You just zipped them in the bag.
nor he.
You just zipped them in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No, why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
you
you
did.
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
Well, you had to put them upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down
Yeah.
because the
Oh my
when
gosh.
you put the
See,
stuff
and that's the
in where his
unfortunate.
body was.
That's the unfortunate thing too, is nobody else was there. That's the
We have a
unfortunate
video
thing.
showing the suitcase in several different positions. So it shows, one, like she just said, it had to have been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on his back again, so you had to flip it to
I'm
there.
leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this.
Listen, Saren. Listen. Do you want us to be the ones to tell you? Should they or should I? We know how much you love control, as you so eloquently have illustrated that time and time again. But baby girl, you don't have the power here. You'll see.
No malicious content or effort was towards this. No malicious.
I would
I'm
say
the point of
does
the
that
video.
help you sleep, but you're not sleeping, so
I mean,
Last night, I
The-
maybe got an hour.
right.
in your voice, you can hear the maliciousness. The you is very, very,
You don't talk to people
Obvious.
like that. That's not like a common like,
Nope.
hey Scott, you.
Thank you.
That's not common. It's not something people do. And no one that sees that is gonna think that.
Okay.
So we were trying to give you an opportunity and it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards
Okay.
that.
So I would probably be telling myself that too after that video.
My intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe
You
you
made a
passed out, I
video.
don't know.
Waiting for him. And the whole time frame thing, it's like,
Regardless.
that's not really fair.
Regardless, waiting for him, it's not like you walked up the stairs. You can't fly up the stairs. No one can take you up the stairs.
Okay.
You go up the stairs, you lay in the bed, and you wait for him. Who cares if it's 5 minutes? Who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's begging for his life. He's begging to get out. You go upstairs.
you leave them.
It doesn't matter. So get the time frame out of your mind. It doesn't matter.
He's begging to take one more breath, and you denied him.
This, like, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, because there's this, so it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever.
It's just you're lying and like you're now changing
Who's
your
lying
story.
about what?
You're now you're drunk.
Oh, I never said that I was drunk.
Exactly, but you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier,
Everything recorded.
Alcohol.
you blamed it on the alcohol.
You blamed it on the alcohol. Alcohol does a lot to people.
Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Okay.
You did.
So you did this sober. You knowingly left them down there sober.
I have already told those of you also that we were both drinking.
Right.
Okay.
But you want to admit that you were drunk? Is that?
I'm telling you all both. This has changed my life. I will take this.
It has also not only changed George's, but it's ended his. By your hands.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to dance around the fact that you
So, but what
did
are you,
keep them
okay,
there.
just,
You left them in there. You did, trying to
Oh my
dance around the
gosh,
fact,
this is-
you left them in there.
this is not,
You didn't leave them in there?
it's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
That it,
He's dead. It's
but
not
you
cool.
think that I did that intentionally. You think that I did that intentionally.
You intentionally left them in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that?
You did.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking he's gonna get out.
Okay, and he didn't?
No, this is the interrogation the day after. The day after George, they came and got him. This is the part that she has been trying so valiantly within the past couple months to get thrown out. This very interrogation. Thank you so much, by the way. Yeah, they're doing jury selection right now. They're almost there, but they're not there just yet.
Obviously not.
When somebody's begging saying, I
But
can't
when you
breathe.
say that though, but you have to, y'all
Please
don't,
let me out. I can't
y'all
breathe.
don't know George though. Like, that,
Was she about to say, when you say that, you're making that sound really bad? When someone's begging for their life, it is bad.
again, I thought it was the boy crying wolf. So it's just like, what?
Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you gonna open it, or is he 9, so he's not, you know?
Really?
It's not a big deal. I'm just valid question.
Oh, you said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in the suitcase.
And you zipped it up.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
But that's what happened. But you keep going away from it.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happened. You went to bed, woke up the next
Are
day.
you all trying to have me admit that? Like, are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not true.
I'm basically stating as a fact because that's what happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out. You go upstairs.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional.
Or power or revenge, which is the exact opposite of what you say in that video. When he is begging you to let him out, saying, babe, I can't breathe, and you say, good. That's how it feels when you cheat on me. You see, I tried to warn you about this a little while ago, but now that's in the past, so you might not remember that. But we tried. We tried to warn her. Not for her own good, but for everybody else's.
I don't know what or how I can say it. I love George. Love him. To this day, still. Love him.
Love makes you do crazy.
It's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what? I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
Why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him. I would do anything for him.
Well, you gave up checking up on him. So.
Wouldn't let him out of the suitcase.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Okay.
We're simply just trying to go through. I mean, again, you gave us a completely different story that you churched up to. This was such a laughing matter.
It was fun.
Not by that.
All day.
By that video. That
all day.
Wasn't. Anybody looking at it, I don't think anybody would look at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
So why is it you all think that y'all don't know me, you don't know me,
Nope.
would do something like that, especially having a 9-year-old son?
I don't know.
Like, why?
9-year-old son would be.
Like,
Why are you so like caught on what we think
Yeah.
when
because
you should be more concerned about what you told us?
It's because what you guys are like trying,
the things that the video shows that are opposite of what you told us, and then what you've now
like
told
what
us
is opposite?
Well, you said that it was funny, and you're the only one laughing.
We were playing before that.
Okay.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun.
Sorry, my Skittle. I accidentally swallowed it before chewing it. But I'm good. Thanks.
Well,
Because you're screaming at him, he's
I'm
begging
not
to get
screaming
out.
at him.
Sorry.
Sounds like screaming to me.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form was this intentional. At all. Ever. Okay. Are you still gonna allow us to do your fingernails? Go for it. Go for it. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna get that set up. Do you need any more water? No, but when you come back and I ask about this? Yeah.
You mean the list you just held up? The list you would only have made if you knew you were going to be meeting with them to speak, right? Again, this is a moment in the self and time where we're telling your future you, careful, you're about to screw up.
So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
wasn't.
understand how your story changes so much to the
How
fact
is it changing? Please help me explain. Understand.
You went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing, and it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I
when you're
didn't think
answering
so.
them.
Like, just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
it's, okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It was a great day.
Okay.
It didn't end well, obviously.
I was going to say, that's, I mean.
I can't explain to you. I can't explain to you how horrific it was.
Okay.
For
to find him. Horrific. Because I don't remember taking those videos.
you sure is.
How horrific. I'm thinking he's in the bathroom. I'm thinking he's downstairs in the laptop. I can't find him. So what's gonna happen? Like,
here's what gets me though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in the suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you. How does someone have their wits about him when?
See, that's the thing too. But you can clearly tell. You can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
I had several people that came up to me in that apartment complex said that you were drunk on a daily basis.
Oh my gosh. Right.
Regularly.
Right.
This is Sarah Boone, whose trial, well, jury selection started for today, and whose trial will be this week. A trial years in the making.
Really?
Right. Talk to the property manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not.
These are your neighbors, the one that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How many, you had two neighbors you went to and asked to go use the restroom.
See, that is just not fair.
No, hold on. You had two different neighbors that lived right.
No, if you want to talk about fair, let's talk about fair. The right of oxygen. The right for any living being. Now, do you want to talk fair? Didn't think so.
Directly next to you, you asked to use the restroom and they told you no and turned you away. You had to go
Oh,
across the way to somebody else.
no, okay. Kim and Kim is not a nice person.
Okay.
She's just automatically not nice. Even after me and Lucas went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person.
Then why would you think she would let you use a restroom?
Because Eli was in there. Eli comes over and talks to us sometimes, which I think pisses Kim off because he comes over and talks to us. The two of them, they're like super standoffish all the time.
Something else.
My neighbors down the street, down the way, their toilet was broken. They had stuff in the bathroom. So then they're like, go over there and try over there.
There's two bathrooms.
I wouldn't let somebody go upstairs and use my personal bathroom. That's what the downstairs one is for.
If it's somebody you like, would you? Or somebody you knew?
They're in the process of doing all this stuff in the kitchen, and there's stuff in the bathroom, and the toilet doesn't work. Just walk across the way, no problem. And of course they let me in. Them and them, they're together. They're family. And nonetheless, if you really want to know, and I hope it doesn't get them in trouble, but he is over here illegally. So he's trying to work on getting his green card.
What does that got to do?
Deflection, gaslighting 101. to take the heat off of me, I'm going to tell you that the asshole neighbor is here illegally. Just keep on making yourself worse because you're doing a great job at it and you're doing it on your own.
What you use in the restaurant?
They didn't want to be involved.
Should I use yours? You gotta use yours.
No, I was asking last night, because, we had several different people in the
Assuming
neighborhood come
that
up saying
Eli
that
and
she was
Kim,
drunk on a regular basis.
Eli and Kim, okay. Did you ask Vinny next door?
Those are the ones next door that she asked to use the restroom, and they said no.
No, she said no. And like I said, she's not a nice person.
They're coming. What are your questions?
Yep.
I can help you with.
Who's coming?
To do the fingernails.
Yeah, you said that we could.
Exactly.
And you don't have to allow us to do it, just so you know. So don't think that it's.
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Just make sure.
See, right there, she tried to make sure that Sarah understood that she did not have to give them the fingernail clippings. And she shut her down immediately. Just remember little moments like this.
So, am I getting my phone back?
Sarah Boone.
No.
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
No.
Not today.
Not today.
What does that mean?
We're still going through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's videos that we need to see on it, so we need
That's
to do
fine.
our due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did to him, which was not intentional.
What's that?
In that. Is that correct?
She's asking about your tag in your hand.
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not going
I'm
to
not
agree to
making
anything that
assumptions.
you're saying. I'm not, that you're.
So his probation officer,
Mm-hmm.
do you all inform her or do I need to call her?
We don't need to. We don't have to inform her, so if
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I didn't know how it was.
legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling. We don't.
Everybody else?
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too.
Classes. You need to do what?
Substance abuse class and his battery intervention.
By bringing up his substance abuse class and battery intervention, the only thing you're trying to do, and let's not try to paint a picture, you're trying to make him seem like more of a bad person than you actually are. Like, because he was such a horrible person and did X, Y, and Z, that maybe in some way one outweighs the other. And that's not the way it works.
Yeah, we
Something
don't
else I
have
was
to
just
call
ready
her.
to ask. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's got to do. So she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been because of him being in the suitcase? Or
That's
y'all are
what
saying
she-
that I
that's what-
physically did it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, could that have been from the suitcase, and she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me.
Okay.
I'm leaving it at that.
Okay.
It's not just her words that she weaponizes. It's her looks. It's her facial expressions. The saying, if looks could, that is exactly what she's been doing this entire time. And I don't laugh because it's funny. I laugh because it's kind of awkwardly uncomfortable.
So, I don't know if you all know how to do this, because so that's what I was gonna get ready to ask you. So, are you all updating his parents today, or when you get final whatevers?
What does it matter what we tell his parents? What do you mean?
Because
We're gonna talk with them.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have to
but it's
tell,
gonna come
like-
down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it you would tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise,
here's the
scratch,
thing,
and
here's the thing.
whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There's not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing
Was
to
it
do.
yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
YouTube, tell me you guys just saw the looks that she gave that woman. It wasn't just the one. It was the 2, 3rd, and then the 4th. Literally. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless I miscounted.
It's a valid question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I ask you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not gonna happen.
Yeah, probably a terrible idea.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
Yeah.
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we ask. We have no way of.
I didn't know, that's why I'm asking. So,
Anytime you think that she's gotten as low and cold as she's gotten, that cold heart freezes a little more.
It'll be up to them to make their arrangements of what they want to do. Like she just told you this quick, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're gonna do.
My body can't even be released, so.
I've been there with parents, grandparents, aunt and uncles. So I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was gonna call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't want to do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then we
It'll be released to
oh,
the next
family.
of kin.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue.
What are you going to do with
It was
it?
on his finger, it goes to them. They're the ones that are gonna release it. We don't
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Saren, but where you're going, you have no need for that. Trust me.
have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like, how do I find out what's what, how many, like, what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swabs of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
That's the
the daily Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white
crazy
can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Correct.
Why would you guys, oh, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat for Lucas and the feeds. And this is just his phone, my phone, and then the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation.
I think if she did that, I think there would be a resounding gasp around the nation. Just saying.
And it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So what's next?
They're gonna come and swab their fingers.
No, I'm talking about like in the long run. Like, what do I need to like, do I need to be doing something or like?
I can't tell you.
I mean, like, so like for, like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna like Because it makes it sound like, to me, like I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Okay.
I understand that.
So
We're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
So is there going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is kind of thing? Or like, because I've done the whole court thing, I've done the whole attorney thing, I've done whatever. So if I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George.
Okay.
Listen, Saren, listen. If you're starting to feel that panic in your chest, that's because you're finally starting to wake up and see the walls closing in around you. And you're not able to talk your way out of it. They've heard what you have to say. They're not buying. I think that you're starting to realize that.
That's not the situation, but it's trying to be pinned on me.
Okay.
That was not my intent. But it's trying to be pinned on me. So however or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. So that's
Why is it that whenever someone always says that they have to get their ducks in a row, why does that drive me up the wall like nails on a chalkboard? Why do I get that kind of reaction to when people say they have to get their ducks in a row? Whenever anyone says it, literally is like nails are dragging so slowly down the chalkboard. If you know, let me know, will ya?
why I'm asking what the next step is other than me getting my nails swabbed.
Putting your hands behind your back?
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused of a crime? Is that what you're asking? Like, I don't know what you
I'm
want.
trying to prepare myself for whatever may need to be done so I can, I guess, stick up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Well, we did.
Wait a second. You just poked another hole in your new defense. You just said you don't want them to just show up because Lucas could be around. That would imply that you knew you were supposed to go to the police station, right? You don't listen to yourself talk, do you? You know what? I think that's why she wanted to review all that evidence. She couldn't remember what the hell she said.
Tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian. Like, so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
you're waiting for it to blow over? You mean the fact that you just took the life of the man that you bought an engagement ring for, as you so say? The man that you've loved for 3.5 years? You're waiting for it to blow over so you could continue life in whatever way and fashion that may be for you. But guess what? He doesn't get to, and neither do the people that he loved.
again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're going to tell him? Like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell him?
I don't think it really matters what we're gonna tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is. It's fuel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're gonna go, I'm not saying that we're gonna go and tell them every single thing we have. But again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office, that's public record, so eventually, like, this all will come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not,
Matters, honey.
I wonder if it, you know what, maybe that's why she wants the hair and makeup done. Maybe she knows that's going to be her day of reckoning, the day that she finally gets to see George's family. The one that she says calls her the blue-eyed white devil or whatever it was that she said. Maybe that's why she wanted professional hair and makeup and wardrobe.
you're making it sound like we're gonna tell them something, so then your life is in danger, and I don't like that accusation.
No.
So let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
I cannot
What are we gonna
choose.
tell them?
But we can't even, so technically there's no concrete report yet, even.
Right, so
it's,
you want me to like
Some
tell you
sort of
exactly what I'm
some
gonna
sort
tell
of
them? I don't know what I'm
sketch,
gonna tell them. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them.
You're wanting them to say right then and there, we're going to say that he just accidentally died, or we're going to tell him that you unalived him. You're pushing and pushing and pushing, thinking that that pressure is going to make them sweat. Honey, you were the only one sweating.
Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them.
So,
Parents that are dealing with.
can I
That's fine, but they-
do the way that I did last time?
Yeah, my phone is an open line. Missy should be here. I don't know what's taking so
Yeah,
long.
let's come out and look into it.
I get it. Look, I get it. That looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life, it was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it, look, that's how much it means.
Okay.
I hope you take that to heart, please.
That doesn't mean you're going to.
It's documented that you said that, yeah, I get it.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot.
I mean,
No more.
but my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position like that?
Yes, but you have to understand too, I know.
No, just what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I have no idea because I've never done it before.
Why have you never done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why would I
did
do
you?
it before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know why. You just know that it's not intentional, but you don't know why. But that's okay.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
The fact that you guys would assume that I'm that kind of person.
We're not assuming anything. We're going by the facts. It happened.
It's your actions, your inactions, your words, your truth, nobody else's. The biggest witness that the prosecution has for this case is the one you've been listening to this whole time. And it's the prosecution's witness. Keep that in mind.
Like you said, you don't know me. In itself, for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough.
Maybe in your mind.
I think that's why I haven't slept. Because that's all I see. So that right there says something.
Probably because you know it drives me crazy, Heather.
Not my intention. Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Yeah.
Punishment in itself.
Yeah.
You are not the one who decides the punishment.
Definitely a tragic situation.
I am through with alcohol. And it's unfortunate that.
Does her just saying, I'm through with alcohol, help or hurt her case?
Stupid things like this happen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
She would be calculating it.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His daughters too.
Yeah, you're making it all about you, but he
Are you
had
trying to make it worse?
Yes, he's trying to make it worse.
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Make what worse?
How I
100%
feel?
Karen.
Okay, Sarah. So, you're not free to go?
Wins stupid prizes.
Okay.
100% agree with you.
Do you promise everything you told us was the truth? Or no? Everything we've talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
He has to swear. Remember how I swore you yesterday on the audio recording? I just forgot, so he raised his hand to remind me to tell you.
Okay.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
For which?
True and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
What, that it wasn't intentional?
Everything you've said today, everything that's come out of your mouth has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct. Yes.
Why?
Because
That's how
anytime
you
we talk to
swear.
somebody, we, to assure that everything that we've talked about is
True and accurate to the best of that person's knowledge.
it's not a trick question,
To the best of my knowledge?
to the best of your knowledge.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Okay. Okay.
When she keeps repeating that it wasn't intentional, part of my brain hears, do you want to build a snowman? That's because that's like the effect that she drives me that crazy.
All right, do me a favor, stand up.
Now,
I need you to turn around, face the wall, put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pocket that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand that.
He's still dead.
Well, we don't.
Someone needs to call Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So why is this happening? So this was a trick?
No, it's not a trick. How was it a trick? You're in here to ask You explain it.
In the very last moment, you couldn't. She just said, so this was a trick. That would imply that she was asked to come down there to speak with them, right? Contrary to what she now argues, that they didn't tell her they wanted to speak to her, that she was only going there to get her phone. Why else would she make that list? You know, the one with all the questions on it for the detectives. Another reason, we really should have kept count of the many reasons that she would want this thrown out and why her lawyer, her ninth lawyer, is fighting so hard to get this thrown out. She is literally the epitome of her very own worst enemy.
Few things to us. And
You were right, you're right.
your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally. I didn't do that.
Doesn't matter. It's still there. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Really, guys?
Really.
So if I didn't show up. Why is this happening?
Does that sound like she might have intent and planning to run? Because she just said, really, guys, so if I didn't show up, that also again implies she knew she was going there to meet with them.
Because
Before y'all said I could leave,
when
that I was done after that.
we were done, yes, we were done. Absolutely.
With that part, Sarah.
So that's what it is.
We are done.
This is not for you.
Not intentional.
Okay.
So what do you do now?
You will,
Someone needs to call Brian.
okay.
Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
There was a suitcase.
That's what we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas.
That was
Now he's just not going to have me come home.
you should have thought about
So
that.
there's nothing that I can do.
Storage up in the suitcase.
No.
There's nothing that I can do in order.
Think of it like this, Sarah. Lucas doesn't get you to come home, and George's daughters don't get their dad in their life ever again.
To go home and see Lucas and prepare.
Not right now, no. You'll be afforded a time in court. You'll be afforded an attorney. You'll be afforded a chance to talk to a judge, and all that stuff will be worked out.
But what's the time frame for that, though?
I have no way.
If you wonder why I'm pausing again, it's because the time frame there. Sarah is such a saren that she has said that we're not moving fast enough. She wants a speedy trial, and her rights are being violated by not getting a speedy trial. She's been in jail for years, but it has been her own cause, her own verbal assault and abuse upon her attorneys that is causing those delays. And then she put in another request for a speedy trial right after she got good old lawyer number 9, if you don't count the time where she was her own lawyer, which would technically make that lawyer 10, but who's counting? Is it weird that sometimes I say things in my head like I'm like laughing at them? Okay. Damn it, I lost my train of thought now. It wouldn't be a great way to end a day if I didn't lose my train of thought, right?
I've been able to tell you, you should make first appearance probably like tomorrow morning, if not tonight, depending how things are busy, how quickly you get down there. I don't work in
suspicion
there.
this was going to happen. And I need water, like, really bad, please.
Have a seat.
Is your default a plant? Because Not only do you constantly turn your nose up into the air, but you constantly say you need water. Just ask.
You all check me down here.
Absolutely did not.
I just got those.
Okay. They are not allowed
When you need to sound like an extra Karen one more time.
in the jail.
So I can't even smoke cigarettes if I go.
What? Am I good on that?
Smoke a cigarette.
She said that.
And what am I supposed to do with my car?
You don't have to worry
So
about
you find where
it.
it
Into
is.
your door now.
When you get down there, you'll have free phones, you'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down there, get booked in, you'll be able to use a phone in the waiting
But how
area.
long will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
Yeah, no, it depends how busy, how quickly they get you through. I would say within the hour. It's a free phone call in the lobby. It's a free phone
All I'm
call.
doing is bringing you there, sign the paper, and you're all done.
She has no clue.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, the holding cells, am I gonna be put in one of those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Okay.
Let them know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you're familiar with the big
At least she can admit that she's been there before.
bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. And you'll be left there for
Can
a
you
while.
request that while I'm in?
No, that's not up to us. We don't work at the jail.
As long as what he's saying is if you don't
If you
act up,
go in and act like this, you'll go in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
Why would I do
cursing,
that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out. If you go in acting like this,
So I asked for the big day?
no, they'll put you there as long as you're acting like this.
Yeah, because the last time I had a major panic attack on the little things.
It's always about
Hey, change the coach. Call it
go, Shanna.
I have not.
So what am I gonna do with my purse? Oh, sorry.
Your first is gonna come, but the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put the lock up too. My bad.
Oh, no, it's all good. Mine are the opposite, so.
What made you all decide to do this?
You made us
George and Zook.
decide to do this.
Uh-huh.
George is dead.
You guys, I knew this was gonna happen.
You did? Okay.
So I came
Well,
down
we
here
get-
willingly.
Yes, absolutely.
Wait a second, hold on. You heard it straight out of her own lips. I came down here willingly.
We were trying to figure out what's going on. We're still trying to figure out.
Unintentionally.
Intentional or not, George is dead.
And that is where we're at. Intentionally or not, yes.
Hey, the deputy's got a mover.
This morning we went to his autopsy.
Doesn't make it easy.
And we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So I want, so he's got
Now, for all of you
scratch
that are over
marks
there
to
on
his back.
YouTube, have you
I
seen
know
the
what that's
suitcase
from.
video?
Okay, and it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit, and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising, like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had.
She really is, and she admits that. Once the day when the first cop gets there, the day that she calls 911, and in that interview as well. Oh, is it unintentionally starting to be nails down the chalkboard for you too, Karen? Okay. So let's take a vote. If you want to see or hear the suitcase video one more time, raise your hand. Thank you, Tiff. If you want to see the visual side, guys, Michelle's Criminal Musings over on the Tube of You. The link is in my bio. Okay. me put the sticker back up here too in case anyone needs to see it. I know it's a mouthful. I can never make things easy. Musings. Why not? There we go. I will give it a couple minutes. And then we will end with that suitcase video for today. After we go and check and make sure they got this jury situation squared away. Which, that was a lot. The amount of, well, I'll get there in a minute. After the suitcase video, remind me to go over the list so we know what we're working with. Okay. Anyone else that wants to see the video instead of hearing it, that's where we're at. Link in bio. And trigger warning, guys. That's not the easiest thing to hear. This video contains graphic and disturbing. Viewer discretion advised.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't breathe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. Sarah. Sarah.
And that is the gist of it. If you guys want to see it in detail, go on over to the YouTube. Other than that, we will be back tomorrow. And then we will take a look. Hopefully, we'll be able to start opening statements tomorrow. But there is a possibility it could take an extra day. But either way, I'll be back here with you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm still with you guys over here on YouTube for a little bit. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. Ready? Let's continue.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. Might want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah.
Ryan! Holy crap, that scared me.
Sarah.
Nice.
I can't breathe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you string on me.
Sarah. Breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably be shut up.
Sarah.
Shh.
I know, right?
Sarah.
I need to remember how to make you a moderator again. Now there's a second one. Let me see where the second one is. Let's just see if this is it.
I am almost certain.
Okay. We're just wanting to know if you have the video on here.
Haunted him and videotaped.
We don't need the extra.
I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah.
This is the same thing. You can see him pushing. You guys see him pushing to get out. And there's nowhere for him to push because it's flipped upside down.
Sarah.
So even if he tried to force out, he had nothing to push against except for the ground.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real ransom. Now you want to get video for it extra.
What?
Good.
Can I just say she's a very sloppy drunk. Exactly, Sue. Exactly. 100%. Okay, let's see where we're at for the day. So we could see if by chance, by some chance, maybe they finished the jury. What do we have here?
Sarah Boone is charged with second-degree murder after her boyfriend suffocated inside of a suitcase.
He's in the suitcase still.
There are multiple domestic violence incidents.
You two hitting each other.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
He's telling you.
Let's check. It's scheduled for 10/16 at 8 a.m. So 2 days, guys. See right here? (10/16) at 8 a.m. And I would imagine that's Eastern time. I know. Could you imagine? It's like being buried alive because he was flipped upside down. It is disgusting. It's 100% disgusting. And she has been trying to get her greedy little hands on that tape since she remembered she recorded it. All right, guys. I am going to hop off here. Again, the court date is the 16th. So we'll have the court coverage on the 16th unless something changes. Otherwise, we'll be back with our regular lives tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Bye.